Alrighty, what's up, folks? Belton here. We're going to be doing a little mirror crafting video here. I have been kind of flirting with the Abyss jewels and jewels in general. If you recall, a couple videos ago, I did one on the Adorned, where I got a 150% perfect roll Adorned. I actually have a couple of them, but that was the impetus for taking a look at some different jewels. Obviously, the Adorned can only address magic jewels, right? So one of the things a lot of people, at least by my observation, haven't taken advantage of so far is the fact that a magic jewel has two mods, right? But if you can get a triple synthesis jewel, you add three mods effectively. Now, typically they're about half as strong as explicit modifiers for the corresponding item, but because the Adorned additionally has to be corrupted, if you add a Gilded Fossil and you get your corrupted implicit to replace the Gilded Fossil node, which is the item sells for much more to vendors, you can get something incredibly powerful. And in particular, if you have a one passive voices combined with that, you can make something pretty exceptional. And so that was the initial the initial impetus here. You can see on the jewel I'm hovering right now, we've got 3% attack speed with bows, 5% crit multi with bows, and 5% attack and cast speed during onslaught. The item sells for much more to vendor. We would want to change to 2% RMR or 5% increased damage, 10% increased crit, and then these two would be slightly below because they don't scale as well with the effect of the Adorned, but 1% elemental penetration or corrupted blood would be fantastic too. On the explicits, you see we've got the perfect tier 1 life roll and the crit multi perfectly rolled there as well. This jewel, if used with the Adorned, would give 39% increased attack speed. It would give, so you get 7 from attack speed with bows, 12 with crit multi with bows, 12% attack and cast speed during onslaught, 30% crit multi, and 100 flat life. So in totality, 100 flat life, you'd get 42% crit multi, 39% attack speed, and that would be 12% cast speed, which is not completely meaningless because it can be used with, pardon me, it can be used with Flame Dash. As well, the item sells for much more to vendors. We'd try to get 2% RMR ideally, so that would be 5% mana reservation on top of that. Now, the first jewel I was actually doing that on was this one right here, which you can see is attack speed with bows, global crit multi, attack and cast speed, the Gilded Fossil. However, because this is a searching eye jewel, that means that the prefix on it, it's the only jewel base that can have bow prefixes. And since bows are so popular, and if anyone's ever going to mirror an abyssal jewel, it's definitely going to be a bow-based one. Since this is the only abyssal jewel actually in the league right now that has the attack and cast speed during onslaught, which is by far the rarest of the synthesis mods. In fact, there's only, I believe there's only 3 or 4 items in the entire league that are abyssal jewels, with 3 implicits that have, oh shoot, sorry about that, that have just that modifier with 3 implicits, and that's across all bases. It doesn't roll on traditional jewels, but any abyssal jewel base. So if we take a look here, we'll go online and offline, and then we'll do not collapse by account. There's only 3 of them, and you can see 2 of them are mine, and the other one is Janubu's, which is the mirror crafted one, and you can see he has the wrong base here, right? This is obviously going to be targeting primarily a bow-based user, but because it's on a murderous eye jewel, it has impale effect. So the fact that we have the only searching eye jewel means that we have the only potential to make a bow-based one, and people obviously want to have damage. So you'll notice on the one that Janubu, which is the head of TFT, you'll notice on his prefixes he has 40 life and impale effect, while on a searching eye jewel, we're able to put tier 1, well, I won't say the tiers because obviously they're all tier 1. Our acronym is not tier fucking 2 after all, Kappa. You can see here I've got 8 to 10 fizz damage with bow attacks and 5 to 50 added damage with lightning attacks. Lightning damage with bow attacks, both of which are tier 1, and both of those are actually incredibly rare. Taking a look at the weightings, the Craft of Exile on the jewel basis here, we'll take a look, and you can see that the fizz damage with bow skills is 125 weighting out of 43,346, and the lightning damage to bow attacks is 175 out of 43,346, whereas life, which is still quite rare, is 500. So both of those are a quarter as rare as life, which is already one of the rarest mods. And what makes these difficult, even though they only have 4 modifiers, you can't bench craft on jewels, which means that you can't use harvest augments, because if you do, you can't have like prefixes can't be changed or suffixes can't be changed, and so it'll remove one of the pre-existing mods. Now, if you wanted to try and get that mod combination, for example, lightning damage with attacks, his damage with bow attacks, right? And then right now we also have the attack speed if you've crit recently, right? So if we were to take that, and you wanted to just say, let's say Chaos Orbit, right? It would take you 3,088,000 Chaos. And that's just for, again, that's just for the 3 mods. Or if you wanted to try use fossils, right? Let's say we compute the best selection here. Sorry, this will take a second. While it's calculating, the point I want to make here is that, and the harvest reforge as well. You've got you could either do reforge lightning, reforge fizz, reforge attack speed, but that would just put you with 1 mod, only with a rare potential. And you can see here the best option that we have is 69,484 tries on. You'd have to get a 69,484 frigid, scorched, and serrated fossils, as well as a 3-socket resonator. So basically impossible, right? So the best way to go about that, and the way that we did this, is to get it with the 2 mods. You get the with fizz damage to bow attacks, and then the attack speed. Just to do that is quite difficult. It actually took me 3,000 alterations just to get the fizz damage to bow attacks, following which we have to imprint it and then augment to try and get attack speed if you've dealt a crit recently. And then if it doesn't hit that, we try to annul it. If it removes the fizz damage to bow attacks, obviously you imprint back. That takes, on average, I believe it was like about 70 or 80 imprints, so not cheap just to get to that phase. Then from there, once you have the attack speed, if you dealt the crit recently, and the fizz damage to bow attacks, you then have to imprint that again, and then regal, and now you want to regal into lightning damage with bow attacks. If you regal into a suffix, you exalt, and then obviously annul exalt until you get that. The likelihood of that happening, it takes 200 imprints and regals and hundreds of exalts and whatever. On average, it's going to cost you well over a mirror just to get the lightning damage to attacks on there. And then if you have a 4th mod, you have to use a Hinochorus lock and annul it. And now you are able to go for your final mod, which is going to be Global Crit Multi. And as you can see here, I've lined up 125 Hinochorus locks. This is approximately 5 to 6 mirrors worth of Hinochorus locks. And we are now going to hover Exalt to get that 12% Global Crit Multi. And if we hit that, this will be, again, 4T1 added fizz damage, tier 1 added lightning damage, attack speed, crit multi. In totality, it will be by far, it'll be perfect, but by far the best jewel that exists in the league. This is also a craft I've never done before. I know some of you in the YouTube comments will definitely probably be curious as to why I'm spending so much money on an abyssal jewel. This is money that is not from, this is not like a group crafted project. It's one I'm paying for personally, because I didn't think that there was any chance that this would be able to recoup its costs, so I didn't want to take on anyone's money with, such a low prospect for it to come back. But I've already made so many. I've made 196 different mirror items, and this is one I haven't done. And I also think it's really cool as well. I'm going to try some cool stuff out with the replica shroud. I've got the darkness and throne there with 100% effective abyssal jewels. And another thing I picked up too is a 192 light poacher cards. So we're going to try some cool stuff with different abyssal combos. So with that being said, I've explained the craft now and what we're going for with that. And so I believe it was 1 in 44, 1 in 54 for the locks. So hopefully this goes better rather than worse. The average cost here was about 2 mirrors, if I recall. I think it was 1,000, or what were we at here? 1,053. So it's 1,053 divines worth, and hopefully it's a little less than that. So, all right, accuracy rating. The classic, we got to hover with the Vol Orb to make people anxious. Overwhelm fizz reduction. Check out our divine. Doesn't work, so then we Blessed Orb. What did we get there? Fire damage to attacks. Make people anxious. 5 to 50. Sorry, guys. Oh, we got a mirror service. 2 mirror services, potentially. Apologies for the guys watching the YouTube video for the interruption that'll be incumbent in a second here, but perhaps some of you who've never done a mirror service before might be interested in how that works. So you can see right now. Alrighty. So yeah, with mirror services, we've never done one before. So you can see the guy trades me a mirror, right? He wants to mirror the bow that I have here. So I do that for him right now, and then I make a copy of it, trade him back that, and then he pays the fee here, right? So that's happened now. Now I've got a document here which documented all the costs associated with that, and this I set up the formatting on this. So now we've done 14 there, 14, and you see that updates, and now it says available to withdraw fees and services. So I will change that to 14, and I will now put. I am entitled to 63 divines worth of that. So 87 goes to the guys in guild. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 87. I put it in our guild. Now, the only people that can withdraw from this guild stash, as you can see, are officers. The people that are involved in the projects, I make the officers in guild, right? And so I will now tell them mirror service money deposited. And I take my own share of that, put it in my stash, update the total amount of services, which is now 79 copies of the bow have now been made. And then this document now, you can see the fees withdrawn, right? So I've taken now for all 14, of course, because I do it every time. But people are online at various hours, right? So this yellow brick, they can, when they take their money out, they're the only ones who have the access to it, and they're able to withdraw it. And if they update their number, then it'll update the amount that's left to withdraw. And also, the guild stash is permanently tracked through the PoE website. So if there's ever a discrepancy with prices or whatever, it's very easy to see where it went wrong, because you can just look in the stash history right here, and it will permanently log all of that. So you can see mirror crafting team, deposits, and withdrawals. So that's how that works. In case anyone was curious, both the mirror service side of things as well as how we arrange it amongst the guild, and arrange it amongst my team as well. All right, so back to the jewel. Sorry for the interruption. Ooh, T1 attack speed. Damn, boy. That's probably the second best mod we can get there. Tier 1 attack speed, but we want to get that crit multi. We've already got, if you were to add this, the bow actually would have, what was that, 8%, 13%, 18, 21% crit multi. Or sorry, 21% attack speed. But we're going to go, as I said, we're going to go for that crit multi. We got a chance to avoid bleeding there. No, so we'll change that. Roll damage to attacks. Let's put these in the right order. Okay, Exalt, Divine, Vol, that. Alright. And we only need one Divine. Let's check out the div. Oh, damn, that's close. Close, close, close. What do we get there? Overwhelmed Fizz. T1 Dexterity. T1 Crit Chance. Effective cold elements. Oh, look at that. We finally, look at there. The corrupted mod removed the gilded fossil. Chance to avoid being poisoned. Obviously not one of the ones we want to get there, but still kind of cool to see it. To see it remove that gilded fossil. Okay, abyssal monsters. Move speed if killed recently. Damn, that's close. That's perfect on the lightning damage and the fizz damage. The 1% off on the attack speed, though. Blind on hit. Ooh, 5% AoE. That's a pretty good one. Not for, obviously, for a bow jewel, but it's pretty good corrupted implicit in general. Crit chance again. Come on, give us crit multi, bastards. Ya bastards. Ooh, chance to avoid being knighted. Also replacing the gilded fossil. Nifty. Effective cold ailments. Accuracy. Ooh, that's missing one top end fizz. Perfect lightning roll. Ooh, damage penetrates lightning. Placed the wrong implicit. For anyone, sorry, for any one of you guys who hasn't watched the previous videos, the hovering with the Vol Orb. Ooh, damn, perfect on the plus prefixes again. The hovering with the Vol Orb is mostly a meme. Like, obviously, we will be doing that for the ones that are related to the Adorned. But I don't want to say inside joke because that I think is both an insult to the inside and to jokes. But several videos ago, I did do. I was crafting like about a 500 mirror ring that took me forever to get on standard, with 5 maximum charges on it and T1 multi, a bunch of other. Oh, corrupted blood! Damn boy. But yeah, it didn't replace the gilded fossil anyway. But yes, anyway, sorry with that. While crafting that ring on standard, towards the end of last league, just for something to do while the league kind of wound down, I was, the Hinakora's locks at the time were like 350, 400 divines on standard, right? So it seemed like to just hover something, cold pen, to just hover something to look at the exalt seemed like such low value. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're spending so much money on it individually. I was like, well, I might as well see what the other options are, right? Just as a general curiosity kind of thing. And so I started, just hovering with the Vol Orb to see, if I were to evolve this, what would have appeared there in that situation. And, the first video I released where I was doing that, so many people were commenting, oh my God, because of how expensive and, it was a one-of-a-kind item. People were kind of freaking out, being like, what if you accidentally click, blah, blah, blah. This gave me so much anxiety. And I thought that was quite funny. So ever since then, it's been just kind of a tradition. And when I do any kind of crafting with Hinakora's locks in these videos, that I hover over with the Vol Orb like this. I do actually find it interesting because I think Vol implicits are kind of one of the cooler things in the game. And cool effects. One of the cooler things in the game as well. There's that T1 crit chance implicit. One of the cooler things in the game, as well. Obviously with mirror items in the past, you never would ever like. There's no what the function of a Hinakora's lock has never been obviously available before. So to see, like, just even to hover over, and see what could potentially be with an actual mirror item, and then also having that 4th implicit show up, and in some cases they can be pretty crazy outcomes there. It's just kind of nifty, I think interesting to look at, get a cool screenshot sometimes maybe, but it's never something that I've ever obviously done, at least to the actually that's not true, sorry, I did do it with if you want to watch this video, I did do it last league with the best double power charge helmet that's ever existed. And so we got, it was like a discharge helmet, so 30% chance to not consume charges discharge helmet enchant, which is now legacy, so good timing on that decision, I suppose. And then we put elevated power charge, elevated elemental damage with elemental pen, perfect 99 life roll, T1 crit multi, aspect of the cat, and then stun avoidance. And then we hovered with locks and the double corruptions, which were available at the time, which is now also legacy, and obviously hovered with Vol Orbs to try and get the double power charge helmet, which we ended up hitting. And not only that, but it actually hit the power charge on the Locus of Corruption, and it also gave us +2 to AoE skills, which meant that we got, you could put your auras in there, right? So the helmet ended up hitting, yeah. Oh, RMR, look. There it is, reduced reservation of skills, sorry. It didn't remove the Gilded Fossil, but either way, there's the RMR. That's exactly why I hover with it. That little like momentary kind of woo feeling, elusive. Yeah. So that was I think the only situation whereby I've ever. I actually I did the same thing with double frenzy charge gloves last league too. Actually, 2 pairs of them. But with something like this, where the intention is to actually make something that people could potentially mirror. Now, obviously, I know some of you are probably thinking, "Who the hell's ever going to mirror an Abyssal Jewel?" And that's a fair comment. But I think with the potential strength of the Abyssal items and the popularity of bow builds this league and potential to stack those and how much currency is dropping and the fact that it's the only one available. Hey, maybe it happens, maybe it doesn't. A lot of people put the oh, sorry, I didn't actually look at the outcome there. A lot of people, put the Abyssal Socket as a suffix on a pair of boots or a helmet or gloves when playing tornado shot builds or just bow builds in general. So in those cases, this is an incredibly, you're losing 1 gem slot and you're losing 1 suffix, but in exchange you're getting 8 to 10 fizz damage to attacks, 5 to 50 lightning damage to attacks, 16% attack speed, and 16% crit multi. I'd say that's a pretty good suffix. So, especially given how many mirrors and stuff and how much currency's been dropping out with the league mechanic, maybe there are some people who get to a phase that they want to. So, oh my god, crit chance again. Give us crit multi, you fucking bastards. But even if they don't, again, for me, having played the game for so long and enjoying crafting as much as I do, and I know it's a little cliche to say do it for the love of the game, but for myself, really, sometimes that is honestly just the biggest element. Whether or not that's as relatable, I can't say, but I think it's cool. At the end of the day, that's really all that matters. It's all that should matter to anyone, right? If you find something fun, you should. Oh my god, crit chance again. Find something fun in a video game that you're playing for fun, and you're not doing it on because somebody else thinks it's stupid, then I think there's probably a bigger issue to address. All right. I think we're definitely getting above. I think we're above the average now. Let's do a little quick count here. 50, 60, 70, 80, 45. Oh no, we're actually, no, we're right on the nose. 45. Okay. Hopefully this doesn't end up being a situation like with crafting the bow. Crafting the bow, we ended up having to use 346 Hinokora's locks. To get attack speed onto it, and that was for 1 single suffix. It's pretty crazy in hindsight, but glad we got it done. Ay caramba. I also, sorry, this is not going to matter at all to anyone watching on YouTube, but for the guys that are watching live on Twitch, if you recall, I ordered food before starting this video. I got a notification. 20. What? You gotta be kidding me. I broke another wine glass again? Oh my god. 23 minutes ago, my food was delivered. I could try to come up with some clever rejoinder here, but I'm just a mess. Moving on. Food's getting cold. Glasses are getting showered. My wallet's getting murked. But we shall persevere. To quote Dwight Schrute, luckily I regenerate the feelings at twice the speed of a regular man. Alright, so again, we're getting into the range now where we're a couple hundred divines above the average it would take to do this. Move speed if you killed recently. Funnily enough, we've not divined a perfect roll yet, which is pretty funny too. Not funny, but I mean, you don't traditionally think of. Well, I shouldn't say you. I don't traditionally think of abyssal jewels as being something that would require a severe amount of divine input. Lock. I can't even remember what I ordered for food, honestly. It'll be okay. It's the winter in Canada. It'll just act like a giant fridge outside. Oh my god, lightning damage to attacks. Oh! Oh, that's not that rare at all. Never mind. 3,000 weight. That doesn't make... Is it really a 3,000 weight? Oh no, I have a bunch of stuff blocked right now. Oh, sorry, that's why. I have the, I was gonna say, that doesn't make any sense. I have all the, that's set from the prefixes. $300 weight. Yeah, that's very rare. 300. That's 3 times as rare, by the way. Crit multi is a 900 weight. Where's she at? Right here. Come here, crit multi, fickle bitch. Global chance. I'm blind. Where is it? There it is. Yeah, 900 weight. So. How much flat does that give? It's a lot of flat damage. I think the crit multi is better though, I think. Well, maybe it's, I don't know if it's better, but definitely it'll be more valuable, more sought after. Cool to get a rare outcome like that though. If memory serves, actually, one thing I do want to know is crit chance the exact same? I'm pretty sure crit chance is the exact same weighting. And the reason I want to know that is because we've hovered crit chance. Yep, crit chance 900 weight. We've hovered crit chance 5 times. Come on, game. Come on. Chance to avoid being shocked. Very few times has someone said hi and nothing else, where the conversation ends up leading to productive means. It's fine to ask questions. You should just, in general, as a general tip for anyone that might be watching this that's a new player, should always state, like, if you're going to send a message that's not just from the trade site, should always send it in a single message, because people might be killing Uber bosses, or, you know, in the middle of a mirror craft or something like that, and that requires a lot of focus or attention. And when you just say hi and you don't really like state your intentions, you know, it's and somebody like stops to answer you in the middle of a map or whatever, and then they die. It's just bad luck. It's not bad luck, but it's just always better to. Oh, look at that! We can improve this. It's not a perfect roll. Right now we have 2 out of 50. What does the divine do here? Wait, the divine does nothing. 8 out of 10. Wait, the divine. I thought divine can't. 8 to 10, 2 to 50, 8% attack speed. It doesn't change a single damn thing. God damn. I see that divine orb has taken tips from me since high school. Never changing a damn thing, baby. Gonna be young forever. Uh, bu- 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 bu. It would be insult to injury if we went through all of this. We didn't hit a 1 in 45. Imagine we don't hit the 1 in 45 with 5.5 mirrors of locks. And then I also like find my food's been stolen or eaten by like a raccoon. Or it's like frozen or slushed through. That'd be pretty funny. Oh yeah. I will say, like, you know, obviously this is not representative of anything bigger than what it is, but just, you know, bad luck in a small sample size. Every time I've used Hinakora's locks, we've got just like well outside the average range. Not the average range, but the average, the mean amount of attempts. Oh, I just got the DoorDash notification asking how my meal was. The one that they send automatically after 45 minutes. Sick. Do you want to tax me again? Ooh, non-damaging ailments. That's kind of a cool implicit there. Ooh, look at that. Replace the gilded fossil. Overwhelm 2% of fizz reduction. Neato. Come on, game. Come on. This feels oddly reminiscent of the attack speed using Hinakora's locks for the attack speed on our bow. Where I was getting very copium by the end of it. I believe I threatened to run outside and tell the next 5 children I saw that Santa wasn't real. It was the day before Christmas. And our God and Overlord, the one true God, Santa Claus, came through and used his mystical powers to prevent me from ruining the magic of Christmas. So, in case you're listening, Santa, my pipes are ready to go outside. That sounded unnecessarily dirty, but you heard me. You heard me, you sick bastard. Ooh, that's cool. Look at that. Damage penetrates 1% lightning. And replace the gilded. Nifty. Nifty. This is actually kind of crazy, though, how... We're getting pretty close to double. Perfect attack speed roll again. Lucky guy. And we still haven't hit a perfect divine yet either. 43, there's the T1 lightning damage to attacks again. T1 lightning damage to attacks again. 3 times. 3 times as rare as multi. 5 times we've hit the crit chance. Give us the damn multi, you sick bastards. I know you're watching. Orange Jesus. I know the little gremlins hiding in the random number generator inside the game's machine are specifically observing me right now and preventing the success that I'm entitled to from happening. Okay, we're now going on to 90 Hinakora's locks. I wonder if we fail this video, if I should still post it to YouTube. I feel like every crafting video is always successes. Might be kind of interesting to see the process, at least. And part of the problem, I think, with a lot of YouTube content, I would imagine across all games, I guess it's a problem with social media in general, is that things are always only presented in the best light and not necessarily reflective of, you know, like, for example, I could never post a video of attack speed again! I could never post a video that would be suitable, that would show all the time that's spent, that goes into, you know, crafting things before the typical final video that gets actually put out to public or whatever, right? People don't see all the failures and stuff. I know that sometimes people get resentful of really long videos, or especially if there's no payoff at the end. Ooh, phasing when you kill. That's kind of a good one. That's also quite rare, if I recall. $500 waiting. Twice as rare as crit multi. Well, not quite twice, but close. Still. Anyways, I mean, even if we don't get it here, I wouldn't be upset, but I'd be pretty shocked if we didn't. We have almost triple the amount of locks that would be required on average. So I'd be disappointed, I guess, but would be a better word. Not in any kind of way that would be, you know, it's not like I'm going to quit the game or stop crafting or give up or anything like that, but I'd be quite surprised if we don't. However, that's, you know, dead man's final words. It's also with respect to people that may or may not be watching this in the future on YouTube. The intention, of course, in making a video, I know I do my best to make them appropriately lengthed, so that they can be of, you know, as much value as possible to as many people as possible. Oh, cannot be maimed. I know that many people don't necessarily like the when videos are super long. I know people don't necessarily like when videos are super long, but with this one, what I can say is that when planning out like a duration and sort of explanation beforehand, the time that was in mind was on the basis of 8 out of 10, 4 out of 50. Oh, okay, we improved it at least. We'll fucking divine it finally. The funny part is too, because if you know, the crit multi, if we do end up getting, or when, I should say when, because it might not be necessarily in this exact video, but when we do eventually get the crit multi, especially, I know some people might comment, sunken cost fallacy. For a mirror craft at this point, obviously, I'm going to finish this, regardless of whether or not we get it right here. Oh, wow! And it's perfectly rolled. But it's recently, which is conditional See, attack speed when you crit recently is conditional, but you can crit on bosses, right? Like you're always critting, so it's always up. So it's the exact same as being up all the time. I know a lot of bosses and a lot of single target situations do have ads. Oh my god, it's a 250 waiting. Oh. It's almost 4 times as rare as the multi, and it's a higher value. But the only time, I mean, like when you talk about kills recently, it's god damn it, this sucks. Screenshot for posterity. No T2s, no settling. Be an adult, suck it up. Oh my god. That's a 100 waiting. That's the rarest suffix. Ah. 100. 100. 9 times as rare as multi. Alright, come on. It was easy being the GOAT. And everyone would do it. Copium. Copium. Crit chance, the exact same odds as crit multi for the 6th time. You think this is funny, Mike? You think this is funny? What did I ever do to you? The funniest part is that I've had to reload the amount of blessed orbs we've had 3 times now. On top of the fact that these are like 30 divines each. Pretty funny too, I guess. If you're into... Well, I might have to, you know, if this continues, we might have to post it on the hub. Crafter gets fucked on cam. God damn. Void being stunned. Ooh, Corrupted Blood again. Kind of cool. Didn't replace the Gilded Apostle though. Or if you haven't killed. Alright, 115 Hinokora's locks on a 1 in 45. If people are ever wondering, by the way, this is aside from me mentally preparing to cry myself to sleep. It's important, I think. You know what? I definitely am going to post this. Having this thought come to me. You know, the next time, sometimes people, you know, for the most part, people are pretty considerate and understanding of the fact that items, mirror items in general, especially. Yes! Never lost confidence.
Damn, boy. Damn, boy, he's thick. Boy, that's a thick-ass boy.
What does a goat? What does a goat do? No, it's a sheep. I don't know. Fuck. We hit it. We hit it, guys. Finally, we got the perfect jewel. That's gonna be. Let's get something blessed up on that bitch. There we go. And let's get some divs up in that bitch. So, okay, we have 76 divines on us. Let's see how many this takes. Again, part of the difficulty on this is because you can't use meta mods, right? So you can't. The range on the lightning is not as important, but we definitely want to have the multi-attack speed and fizz max rolled. Divining 100%. Oh my god! Oh my god! We got an Exandria! Oh my god! 100% perfect, guys. 100%. Holy cow! I was just gonna say, it's almost impossible to get. It's almost impossible to get lightning rolls like elemental. Like for example, to divine the this 100% perfectly literally costs. It's like 224 billion divines. The one that we just got there is 7 to 8 is 2 times 2 is 4. Times 4 is 16. Times 3 is 48. Times 3 is 144. Times 4 is... That's a 1 in 576 divine. Holy cow, that's awesome. That's really awesome. I'm super happy, man. That was way more expensive than I thought it would be. What I was gonna say at the end there before, while I was in like mid mental breakdown, about to cry myself. What I was saying was, if the video didn't work out, I was still gonna post it because I think it's important that people understand how much stuff like this actually costs. I know that these people tend to show things in highlights or skip through the whole process of crafting, and perhaps that can maybe alienate viewers sometimes into thinking how much things cost. When myself and other people charge mirror fees, I know people like TFT and stuff can sometimes be overboard with it, and I know maybe sometimes it's hard to, if you're watching like Sushi or something, a team like that where maybe they're getting stuff given to them or whatever. And I've done that in the past. I'm not hating on that or whatever. It's maybe hard to understand how much time and effort and currency actually goes into this stuff. I was going to say, regardless if we hit it or not, I was going to post that just so, at least a couple times a day, people like get like angry, like violently angry with me when I tell them that there's a mirror fee on something. They ask what it is, and I'll be like, oh, it's 80 divines or something, and they basically tell me to go fuck myself. Not knowing that I spent 26 mirrors on it and, like 100 hours or whatever. And that, just to break even, it's going to have to be mirrored like a couple hundred times. So I was going to say, I was going to use this as an example of a craft that might not seem like it's that big of a deal because it's just a jewel. But in that situation there, we used 114 Hinokora's locks. And up until that point, we had spent, I used about 112 vultures. About 200 Krachik Chimerals. Yeah, it was about 6 mirrors, 7 mirrors, like close to 7 mirrors we spent making this. So it's 100% perfect. At the end of the day, I know how to make currency. I know I'll be fine. It's more than I anticipated spending, but this is the first time I've ever made a mirror crafted abyssal jewel. So it's not very often I have like a novel experience in PoE. Apologize that this video went on for 48 minutes, but for those of you interested, you gotta share a first for me, which is pretty uncommon. So I know maybe drag it on here, but just trying to appreciate the moment because I love this game, man. I love crafting, and I'm really, really happy with that. That's a hell of a looking jewel there. So final stats on that: 13%, 16% attack speed, 16% global crit multi, 8 to 10 fizz damage to attacks, and 5 to 50 lightning damage to attacks. Let's just for argument's sake, let's take out a jewel here. Now this is obviously I don't actually use POB, so this isn't an exact number. But 408. Look at that. 408,000 tooltip from one abyssal jewel. 443,000. That's like what, like 10%, almost 10% more damage or something. Crazy, man. That's cool. That's a really cool craft. Really proud of that. I'll throw that up in my mirror shop. I'm gonna do some math quickly to figure out the price. I know I recognize that it's an abyssal jewel, so I'll make it under 50 divines. It'll probably be around 50 divines if anyone wants to mirror this. It is 100% perfect, and it does have the rarest mods that can be on there. So you will be you can rest assured that there's not anything that's going to come out anything better. It's also the only one that has the searching eye, and yeah, so no pressure on that, of course. And if the market comes, it doesn't. If not, I'm still happy with the craft, and happy to have shared it with you guys watching on Twitch, and happy to post this to YouTube, and hopefully you guys enjoyed watching. So thank you very much. For those of you who are joining after the last video on the memories, I never anticipated that that memory video would be my most popular video ever for the time it's been posted. So perhaps for some of you, this is the first time you've ever watched one of my crafting videos. Maybe not the highest, highest interest item in an abyssal jewel, but yeah, hopefully you enjoyed it. And I've just hit 17,000 subscribers on YouTube, so thank you very much for that, guys. I just started posting these videos in January of last year now, so we're coming up on a year, and to go 17,000 subs in that time within the sphere of PoE is something I'm really proud of, and couldn't have done that without you guys. So that being said, if you guys enjoyed this and you haven't subscribed, I appreciate that. And for those of you who are coming back, thank you for watching to this point, and I will see you next time. God bless. Take care.